just stumbled across a 3-time Supercars champion here in the pit lane. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, so we're so thrilled to have you back home, Scotty. Just tell us what it's like being a race fan here this weekend. This is the first time you've actually been home since you left.
Yes, it is, Jess. But yeah, thanks for having me. It's I had to leave the USA. It was winter there now, so it's nice to come down and have a bit of summer. But no, it's awesome to be back in the Supercars paddock. See lots of old faces and yeah, some old rivals, and just cheer on Shell for one weekend. Then I'll be a bit more, you know, on the scale, you know, with you know, just Adelaide when you're judging everyone else, and I'm looking forward to like analysing, you know, all your old rivals. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I know, because you're joining our broadcast team for the Adelaide 500, which is only a couple of weeks away now. So you never know, you might be able to dive in a little bit early this weekend, get a few miles under your belt. Or are you just here to have a good time?
I am just here to have a good time, Jess. No, it's I'm having a lot of fun. Just you know, seeing a lot of people, like I said, and a lot of my friends. You know, I haven't seen them since I left Bathurst that time. So you know, COVID and all that sort of stuff, it made things hard. But awesome to be back, awesome welcome, and the Supercars paddock obviously is awesome as well. It's been so nice, and so nice to me and Carly. And now I'm just going to sit back, have a few beers on the beach you came for the weekend, and enjoy it.
Absolutely the right thing to do. Great to see you, mate. What an extraordinary couple of years. So we're just talking before you come on. It's been almost exactly 2 years with all the COVID interruptions that Scott left after Bathurst and now come back essentially straight after Bathurst. It's been a real ride because when you first took it up, you and I privately had a couple of conversations, and we knew at that point how hard it was, because right now in world motorsport as an open wheel category, it's probably the toughest category in the world right now. And for you to go there and do what you've done, everybody in this industry is so proud of you, mate. Well done.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And look, everyone has been really supportive. The amount of text messages I get from everyone, and you know, Adrian Burgess come and see me, and Shane's texting me all the time, and you know, it's awesome. And I always sit back in America and watch these races. I'm always texting you and Crompo and catching up on it all. But it's been a lot of fun, just, you know, learning. It was a hard 2021. I probably put a lot more pressure on myself than I probably should have, and then sort of slowly got back into things in 2022. And you know, I feel really comfortable with things. You know, like the Indy 500 here. You know, we're having mum and dad there for the first time was really special, and you know, seeing that crowd for the first time, absolutely packed. You know, it's 400,000 people on one day. It's just, it's you know, it's crazy. And you know, to be a part of it was really cool. But there's nothing quite like home. You know, I do miss supercars. I miss, you know, racing in front of my, you know, my home fans. But everyone's been really supportive, and you know, I can't thank everyone enough.
And your relationship with Roger Penske obviously continues racing for Team Penske over there in the States in IndyCar, but it's been an incredible rise this year. Just take us through some of your best moments. I mean, to start the season with a win, you've pretty much ticked every box this year. Race wins, pole positions, finished 4th in the championship. What have been, you know, the most special moments, the biggest highlights for you in terms of your racing?
Yeah, I think the last win at Portland, you know, we led 104 laps out of 110, and we really needed to do all that to get as max points we can, get pole, and you know, set ourselves up to head to Laguna with, you know, to be in the conversation. You know, at the end of the day, I was a long shot to win the championship, but to be a part of this conversation to win the championship was pretty cool. A lot of things had to go my way, but you know, to win my first race and a pole position was really special. To get 3 of them, unreal. You know, compete in front at the 500 in front of mum and dad was really special as well. So, you know, I'm just pinching myself, but you know, Supercars set me up on the trajectory that I'm on. You know, the hard work and working with Ludo, working with, you know, my team. You know, they you know, made me believe in my ability and made me believe if hard work, you know, gets you there in the end. And thankfully, you know, 2022 was a lot better year than 2021, that's for sure.
I've always had a theory that if you can drive anything, and that's a great example of coming out of supercars into what you've done. But can you just take us into the background, because what you did here is you mastered these cars. I mean, you come in as a young bloke, you had your first win at 19 in New Zealand. You mastered these cars, you won 3 championships, you won Bathurst, and you dominated the sport here. When you go out of that, and I remember doing it in Europe, the same thing, you arrive over there, you don't know the tracks, you don't know the cars, you don't know really anything that's going on. And it just feels like, wow, this is this massive job to do.
Oh no, it was even just like, you know, where to park the rental car when you get to the track and stuff like that. You know, like it's just a lot of things that I knew from when I was 16, when I was here, and this is like the back of my hand. Everyone in this paddock I know since I was 16 years old, and you know, it's definitely a lot different. But you know, once you get your handle on things and the handle on what you need from the car and what I needed to ask for, that belief, like I said, was always there to, you know, to win races or to be competitive. But you know, you just got to keep on top of it, keep on top of that hard work, and hopefully it ends up well. But you got to look at Shane. Like, Shane is racing WRC and all that sort of stuff. It's incredible what he's doing and the format he's in right now, and that's been awesome to watch. And I think like supercars is one of the best categories in the world. The talent here, the people here that that not only in driver land but also in mechanics and team managers. Like, it's first class, and that anyone would be able to cut it over there. Absolutely, it's it's first class racing over here.
Well, you've really proven you've paved that way for people, because you are the living proof that if you really want to chase that dream, it's there for the taking. I'm interested then to get your gauge on how you think the championship has unfolded here this year, because I know you watch every qualifying, every race. You're a massive race fan. Shane has been at another level, and in fact he broke your record at Bathurst.
Yeah, he did. I texted him about that too.
Oh, did you? What did you say to him?
Oh no, I just said well done, but I won't say the last part of the message. But no, look, it's been awesome to watch. I think he's in a league of his own right now. He's won with the car. Him and Andrew are obviously working really well together. It's a pleasure to see. At the end of the day, they've found a point in their car where they just know. They go out in their first session just then, and he's straight to the top of the timesheets. He's just got that confidence, and I think that's something that it should be enjoyed, and hopefully that everyone up and down the pit lane as well is they try and raise that level, because I feel like that's kind of what me, Jamie, Shane, we all just kept raising the bar. We kept working and pushing each other the whole way, and I think that's just going to make supercars better. Is when you have a guy like that at the peak of his powers, that's just going to raise everyone up another level.
Well, and I think that through the course of history, whether it was Peter Brock or Alan Moffat or it was Jim Richards or whoever it was through their whatever period of time, you have to celebrate that success. You have to celebrate watching someone absolutely, as you said, at the peak of their powers and driving the car so well. But it's interesting when you think about what you've done and you look at the way that Shane's dominated. The measure for me when I watch him is he's just got so much time. Like he's got the car on a string, hasn't he?
Yeah. It will be interesting, like when Gen 3 comes along, who steps up. But I think Shane's going to be right there from the start, obviously. But yeah, he knows what he needs. Like the bias changes, the anti-roll bar lever changes. You see him changing the stiffness of the bars. But it's been good to see. Will and Anton are starting to get a little bit comfortable with their cars. Cam's been pushing them. Chaz obviously winning Bathurst last year. That was one of the fastest race cars I've ever seen at Bathurst. It's there, but the thing that Shane is doing differently to everyone else is just it's week in, week out. There's no mistakes, and if there is a mistake, he comes back. Like the New Zealand race that I watched, I couldn't believe he won that. I was just like,
I'm with you.
It was incredible, and big props to him. And look, we have a ton of respect for each other and what we went on, and we had some ding dong battles, some butt-head moments.
I remember.
But at the same time, you come out of it, he's probably one of the best guys I've ever raced, and I hope for the category it just continues to be stronger and someone steps up and takes it on from him.
Well, the racing gods, they certainly shone on him that day, didn't they? New Zealand racing gods. I mean, seriously, you're not going to come from 8th and win that race.
No. I mean, but the way that battle with Cam, and I can't believe they didn't end up in the fence in the last corner there, and it's just wild. But look, it's I think it's an awesome thing for New Zealand. It's an awesome thing for the category. I know you don't like the New Zealand part, but
he secretly does. He secretly loves it.
I'm glad to see that still continuing. That's for sure.
I mean, Shane's consistency and the team's consistency has been next level, there's no doubt. I'll never forget that day at Pukekohe when he parked you in.
I
was standing right there watching the steam coming out the side of the car.
I think I dented his door trying to open it.
You did. You gave it a fair whack, and rightly so, I guess. But I mean, you guys were locked in a really, really intense battle, and the rivalry between you built and built and built, and you could see how he was pushing you to be better and you were pushing him. Just give us some insight into what sort of character he is when the heat of battle comes on, and what advice you would have for any of these guys up and down the pit lane that find themselves in that moment where the championship is on the line and you have to be more courageous and you have to find all the extra little bits.
Yeah, look, I think Shane's just a hard-nosed racer. Like he'll do anything to win, and that's what you need to be at the top, and like the way he passes, I think he's got that intimidation factor, when he comes up on people, which I think that's probably what kind of frustrates me the most a little bit, is, just maybe, block a little bit, or...
I'm with you. Hallelujah. Well said, Scott.
Exactly. Burn his tyres off a little bit, but...
Exactly.
No, look, it's I think he's just, a point where, when you race against him, it's respectful, but it's hard. It's just hard racing. He makes you a smarter racer. Some of the things that he does, it's, I think I look back at 2017, Eastern Creek, when we had a ding-dong battle, I was angry, so I spun him out.
Yeah.
But that was sort of how it was. It was tit for tat, and we were good from there. And it was just, you've sort of got to like just stand up for yourself a little bit. And you know, I've seen it a couple of times, but I think Shane's just got that little edge, and yeah, someone needs to stand up.
Well, he's got the schoolyard bully going. He definitely has got that going. He intimidates too many of them.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, the thing that I've been interested in, and you followed it, I'm sure, is Gen 3.
Yep.
You just made the comment before about our new cars coming from the start of next year. It's a whole new generation.
Yeah.
We actually launched at Bathurst for the first time ever as a world exclusive the 7th generation Mustang. Cars look fantastic. It's going to be on. They've got about a third of the downforce they have currently. The engines, the cars are lighter, the engines have got more torque. It's going to be on.
Yeah, I think the great thing about that and that comment is the downforce coming off the cars. I think it's going to be awesome for the racing. You know, I think it's the cars look a lot more alike, maybe like a road car, which is fantastic. You know, with the you know, all the Chevy and Ford's you know, their infrastructure and allowing the series. That's just going to allow the series to grow, and hopefully we get new manufacturers as well. But you know, it's fantastic to see. It's the right way to do. It's the right thing to do for the series for the future moving forward. And yeah, I'm just glad they're using a shifter too. I'm glad glad there's no paddle shift.
Well done. I totally agree.
I was favourite. That was my favourite part of the car.
Yeah, it's the DNA of who we are, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's been so great to catch up with you quickly.
Thanks,
Of course, you're going to be joining our broadcast at the Adelaide 500 in a couple of weeks. You'll be on the tour, so we'll be able to drill you even more
Can't wait.
the ins and outs of supercars.
He won't be able to wear a shell hat then.
No, I'll be a lot more.
You'll have your
have to
uniform
wear one of
on.
these.
I'm going to wear a fox hat. I'm a hat guy.
Signed up.
Well
Have a
done.
great weekend this
Thank you.
weekend.
Thank you.
Enjoy our love to Carly as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.